James Gunn's Superman breaks free from the shackles of lawsuit filed by the Joseph Schuster estate, assuring fans that the movie will land in theaters very soon. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. In a report shared by Bloomberg, James Gunn's Superman will still push through with its release in specific countries after a federal judge dismissed the case between Warner Brothers and Warren Peary, the nephew of Joseph Schuster, co-creator of Superman. James Gunn's Superman is the biggest project and most anticipated movie from DC Studios this year, and it would be a huge embarrassment if a recent lawsuit would impede its release. Yes, the movie's premiere in several countries was almost jeopardized by a case filed by the Schuster estate. Starring David Corenswet and helmed by Gunn, Superman promises a fresh take on the beloved superhero that's been around for decades. This time, we will see him reconcile his Kryptonian heritage with his human upbringing, and this is a guarantee after a federal judge dismissed the lawsuit. The ruling now removes the biggest obstacle in Gunn's project, which is his most important undertaking to date. It would be a huge catastrophe if Warner Brothers fails to bring this title out, as many fans have been waiting for it for years. According to the lawsuit, the estate of Schuster accused the studio of having no rights to release the movie in certain areas due to a lack of foreign copyrights to the comic book franchise. The territories in question were the United Kingdom, Canada, Ireland, and Australia. With Superman free to fly and land in theaters this July, the general public will certainly be treated to a special spectacle that we haven't seen or experienced since All-Star Superman. That being said, the early screening reviews have proved to be mostly positive, promising a new dawn for the fan-favorite hero in the new DC universe. Fans would remember how the official trailer and promotional materials of the upcoming David Corenswet movie were positively received, mostly praising the lighthearted approach as compared to the previous saga that boasted of a dark and brooding hero. Gunn has been very open about his process and inspiration for Superman, even revealing it has some elements reminiscent of Guardians of the Galaxy, so hopefully, this will encourage the masses to go see it on the big screen. Superman will hit theaters on July 11, 2025, USA. Superman still has a couple of weeks to do its marketing strategies, and perhaps they can use this time to build up more mystery surrounding the main character. From strategic NBA ads to integrating with Minecraft, here's how James Gunn's Superman is setting the stage for box office success. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. With Superman set to kick off Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters in the DCU, the tension couldn't be higher. But so far, the pieces are falling into place. A cast that feels fresh, a tone that feels alive, and a campaign that's playing long-term, not short-term. Let's unpack the three pivotal strategies that might just lead James Gunn's Superman to box office history, via X. 1. By embedding Superman's new image into the fabric of NBA playoff culture, Gunn is meeting the American audience where they already are, on their couches, in their jerseys, halfway through their wings and fourth quarters. Shaquille O'Neal, an icon who transcends sports, isn't just promoting the film. He's lending it credibility, warmth, and approachability. "I'm not a hero till you look up to me." Eminem once spat those words in Legacy, and it seems James Gunn took notes, crumpled up the old DC playbook, and hit the reset button harder than Superman smacks a villain into orbit. And boy, did he land it. With David Corenswet now rocking the cape and curl, the world is watching, half with hope, half biting their nails, still hung up on Henry Cavill. But surprise, surprise, the very thing fans feared, Gunn's signature sprinkle of humor, worked much better than expected. Ain't that a kick in the kryptonite? With the 2025 box office drought looming, Warner Brothers is placing its biggest bet on a single name, Superman. And Gunn? He's not playing it safe, he's playing it strategically. And how is he doing it? Through a marketing campaign that's deliberate, timely, and dare we say, surgical in its precision. It's not just clever, it's visionary. Especially when you consider that Minecraft, the movie, is already tracking to hit $1 billion. This wasn't an impulsive ad drop. It was a calculated step into America's living rooms, smart marketing with pulse-check accuracy. With playoffs intensifying and millions tuning in, this is far from a one-off. More calculated placements are on the horizon. 2. Forget static billboards and trailer drops on legacy platforms. Gunn's team understood that if you want to ignite curiosity in younger demographics, you go where they live. And right now, they live in Minecraft. By giving Superman a presence in the Minecraft universe, a world already teeming with creativity and community, They've created an organic bridge between digital natives and cinematic storytelling. No preaching, no pandering, just a subtle fusion of fantasy and future. It's no longer about targeting superfans, it's about igniting universal curiosity. Positioning Superman during this event doesn't just sell a film, it sells a moment of cultural relevance. Gunn is carefully placing his message into the heartbeat of the global zeitgeist. For all the domestic charm, box office records are now shattered globally, not locally. That's why the upcoming marketing push during the Champions League final might be Gunn's strongest play yet. To the world, football is more than a game, it's a ritual. And with the Champions League final drawing in 3 times the viewership of the Super Bowl, this campaign is poised to put Superman on the global radar in one bold, unified moment. Look, we get it. You hear humor and Superman in the same sentence, and suddenly flashbacks of The Flash start playing in your head like a bad rerun. Twitter/X had a mild meltdown, fans clutching their metaphorical pearls over rumors that James Gunn's Man of Steel might crack jokes. The concern? That we'd trade gravitas for goofiness. And if early impressions are anything to go by, James Gunn has struck that chord with uncommon grace. Let's not sugarcoat it. DC fans have trust issues. After the studio's recent stumbles, any deviation from the tried-and-tested formula sets off alarms louder than a Kryptonian distress signal. The idea of Superman dropping punchlines felt like a red flag tied to a rocket. But the tables turned when insider Jeff Snyder spilled the beans. The jokey moments were initially viewed out of context, but worked much better within the flow of the edit. According to whispers from early screenings, David Corenswet doesn't just fit the cape, he fills it with purpose and presence. And that humor, it's not fluff. It's woven, balanced, grounded, just like Gunn's Suicide Squad, which knew when to laugh and when to cut deep. So here we are, staring at the July release, holding our collective breath. James Gunn is setting the tone for an entire cinematic reset. And whether it flies or falters, this Superman won't be blending into the crowd. In an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Gunn explained the internal tug-of-war. How can I make it different from the Superman movies that have been made so far, but also have it respect all the Superman movies that have been made so far? That paradox is the tightrope he walks. According Matt Reeves has the best opportunity if James Gunn agree to do one thing with the Batman film franchise. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. James Gunn and Matt Reeves have agreed to keep the Batman and its subsequent sequels and prequels separate from the DCU, and that affords this version of the character to indulge in some things that seem not to be present in previous versions of the character. Matt Reeves has done a tremendous job with the way that he has created the world of the Batman, but there is one thing that his show, The Penguin, arguably does better than the film, despite largely having the same tone and being set in